Greetings students, I am Dr. Vanitha, Department of Life Sciences, Indian Academy Degree College Autonomous. The presentation topic is on water conservation, rainwater harvesting, balanced use of natural resources for sustainable lifestyle and strategies. Let's begin with water conservation. Water conservation is a practice of using water effectively and minimizing wastage and ensuring the sustainable supply of water for present and future generations. Statistical analysis. Global statistics reveal, according to UNESCO, just 0.5% of water on earth is suitable for human consumption. The United Nations reported in 2013 that more than 2 billion people worldwide suffer from water stress. According to WHO, more than half of world's population are residing in water-stressed areas. Statistics in India. 18% of world population is residing in India, but we have only 4% of freshwater resources. There are 70% of India's surface water got contaminated. Agriculture uses 80 to 90% of India's total water resources. Water saving potential. Fixing leaky taps can able to save 20 liters of water per day. Rainwater harvesting in an area of 1000 square feet can able to save 1 lakh liters of water per annum in areas with normal rainfall. Switching to water efficient appliances can able to reduce household water use by 30 to 50%.
Move on to the next topic, rainwater harvesting. Rain is nature's renewable resource, but in our cities and towns, most of it ends up as runoff and wasted. Rainwater harvesting is a simple and age-old technique with the power to save our future. Rainwater harvesting is the method of harvesting and storing rainwater for future use. It is utilized for agricultural, household, and industrial purposes. The main objectives of rainwater harvesting are conserving natural water resources, recharging groundwater, and preventing surface runoff water and water logging. Rainwater harvesting system consists of catchment area, and recharge pit or tanks. There are various types of rainwater harvesting. Rooftop rainwater harvesting. In this method, rainwater is captured in the roof or surface of the building and directed into the pipes, and it will be stored in storage tank for reuse or recharge pit for recharging groundwater level. This is very common in houses, industries, and schools, institutions, etc. The next type is surface runoff harvesting. In this method of rainwater harvesting, the rainwater which flows on the surface of the land will be collected and it will be directed into the ponds and small tanks and recharge wells in order to recharge groundwater. This technique is quite commonly seen in the urban areas in order to prevent waterlogging and soil erosion. Recharge pits and trenches. These are small structures that dug into the ground in order to allow water percolation. This method is very much useful in the area which consists of permeable soil. This increases groundwater level. Percolation tanks. These are shallow tanks built in the surface of soil which is used to collect surface runoff water. This will increase groundwater levels. This technique is quite commonly useful in rural and semi-urban areas. Check dams and nala bends. These are small barriers built across the streams in order to reduce the speed of water and allow water percolation into the soil. It increases groundwater and it is recharging groundwater level. This is popular in drought regions and rural areas. The next topic is balanced use of natural resources for sustainable life and strategies. Sustainable life means meeting today's need without compromising future generations. Balanced use of natural resources is key for sustainable lifestyle. There are various strategies need to be followed in order to achieve sustainable lifestyle. First strategy is practice 3 R's. In this, we need to avoid unnecessary utilization of natural resources. We need to follow 3 R's in which reduce unnecessary utilization of natural resources, reuse materials and products, recycle papers, plastics, glass and metals. Next strategy is conserve water and energy. This can be achieved by installing water-saving fixtures in the taps and harvesting rainwater using LED lights and switching over to energy efficient appliances. Strategy 3, sustainable transportation. In this, we can use public transport in order to avoid pollution as well as conserve energy, walk and cycle for short distances, and carpool to reduce usage of fuels. Fourth strategy is eco-friendly products. Choose biodegradable, eco-friendly products, avoid single-use plastics, use local brands, ethical brands instead of foreign brands. Strategy 5, sustainable diet. Eat local and seasonal. Reduce consumption of meat and minimize wastage of food. Strategy 6, segregate waste. That is called as waste management. Segregate waste as recyclable waste, kitchen waste, hazardous waste. Recyclable waste includes cans, bags and plastics, bottles which can be recycled and produced as a reusable products. Kitchen waste in the form of peels of vegetables and fruits can be compost, and that can be used as vermicomposting in order to produce green manures. Hazardous waste, which includes electronic waste and paints, these things needs to be dumped into the landfills. Strategy 7, green infrastructure. Promote rooftop garden and green buildings, and go for rainwater harvesting and use solar energy in the form of solar panels, solar heaters, solar cookers, solar buildings in order to conserve energy. Education and awareness. We can educate public and conduct workshop on sustainable development. Use social media to spread eco-awareness, involve youth and communities in action. Conclusion, small changes which we make today will have large impact on future generation in order to lead sustainable lifestyle. Living sustainably is everyone's responsibility. Any questions? Thank you.